I like this guy's channel. Why the trick? I've reacted to some of their videos before. They basically they make this kind of like 3D model-y wireframe diagrams and like attempt to explain like the intricacies of skate physics. Like look at this wheelbase simulator, hell yeah. And I feel like there's no other channel in the world like this, so I thoroughly enjoy Why the Trick, and today we're gonna learn the science of no comply 180s. I love how niche this title is, because like no one that doesn't like, what percentage of skaters even know what a no comply 180 is? Like half maybe? And then we're saying the science of no comply 180. So I appreciate, I feel like this video is just for me. Let's watch.
There is no comply 180. There is profound science behind this seemingly simple trick.
Profound science.
Think about it. In the case of a frontside 180, your front foot controls the board, so it should be easy to rotate it.
Okay.
But in a no comply 180, it's on the ground. So why does the board even rotate? In this video, I will explain the science behind the no comply 180s and how to do it. You're watching Why the Trick. Please subscribe.
Shout out Why the Trick.
Let's first consider the physics phenomena that work on the board. I will explain how to do this trick after that. One of the most common misconceptions is that the board
See, like, look how sick this is. How does he know this?
is 180 degrees while it stays horizontally flat due to the name 180. If you try to spin the board 180 degrees horizontally, it spins around the rear track and it will hit the shin of your front leg.
Well, I mean, that's not horizontal, but yes.
Let's look at the board's actual behavior. As your back foot pops the tail, the nose lifts.
like he made this. He made this 3D animation and made them do a no comply 180.
As your back
Like,
foot
it's so
pops the tail,
sick. He
the
made
nose
this
lifts.
background. Boom. It's AI, no hell
The
no.
board spins horizontally after
AI
the board
wishes.
goes into this state.
ChatGPT could never. Look, in the sag
It should be
zone.
easier to understand what this means if you look at it from the top.
Okay.
The board rotates without interfering with the front leg because the radius of the horizontal rotation becomes smaller.
Like, it's such. Like, if you were to ask me about no comply 180, I would never think to explain it like this. I would never think to say, oh yeah, we don't want it to be flat because then it's going around the radius like this. We gotta make it vertical.
This characteristic is more pronounced when trying to spin the board frontside while standing still. If you push your back foot toward the toe, the board will rotate in a way that it bumps into the shin of your front leg.
Dang. But see, like, I feel like he hasn't even really explained, like, the magic of the trick is when taking your foot off and having your weight on the kick, that it, like, kicks it up. Like, he hasn't even really got there yet. I mean, we're only 2 minutes in, but still.
I will explain how to avoid
I
this
feel like that's the
problem
most
later.
important thing
But
to
if you pop
mention.
properly, the nose lifts to an angle close to your back leg, and the board rotates in a way that it goes between your legs. Keeping this characteristic in mind, let's see practice steps.
But see, like, I
First
feel like
of
you
all,
haven't even really
I don't
explained the
recommend
trick yet.
practicing this trick while standing still, because the board tends to hit the shin. If you're moving, you can push the board forward even when you spin it near horizontally, so it is less likely to hit your shin. As a first step, place the toe of your front foot near the front bolts, and place your back foot flat on the tail. Place the center of gravity slightly closer to the front foot.
I love the way he explains it. Place your center of gravity. I mean, makes sense.
Place the center of gravity slightly closer to the front foot. Since the front toe is on the edge of the board, the weight on the front foot tilts the board
Look how
toward
sick
the
it
heel
looks.
side. As a result,
Wheel
the
bite.
board should rotate slightly frontside. In addition to this behavior of the board, turn your shoulders to assist your board spin frontside.
I feel
Now
like he needs
plant your
to
front foot
emphasize.
on the ground.
more about like building the pressure, like holding the pressure and like releasing the pressure, you know?
But it is different from jumping down from the board.
Yeah.
Instead, rotate it around the vertical axis, as the toe is the only part riding the board.
Didn't even mention bending knees yet.
As you rotate it.
I mean, is that what I do?
This rotation is like opening the front leg.
Yeah, I guess.
Of course, it is possible to do this trick by jumping down from the board.
Nah, don't do it like that though.
However, as a result of jumping, the center of gravity elevates and lowers. So when you land, your body will receive downward acceleration. Trying to jump and get back on the board while fighting this acceleration may cause a delay in timing. Therefore, I recommend slipping your front foot down, as explained in the former way, as much as possible.
Boom.
Once your front foot is on the ground, use your back foot to send the tail forward.
See, like, are you sending it forward or are you just
The
pushing
direction
it
of this sending motion
down?
varies
I mean, I guess you are,
depending on
yeah.
your board setup and body structure. But in my case, I pop the tail in the direction of the front heel side wheel. Popping in this direction helps the board gain
Like,
proper
look at this
angle,
diagram. What a
which
sick
is essential in
diagram.
this trick. If the board does not rotate properly, try adjusting the direction and strength of the sending motion. If you
Boom,
push it too far forward, the board will fly away and you will not be able to land back on it. Also, if you pop the board too hard, it will hit your thigh or crotch.
Uh-oh, we don't want to hit the crotch.
Conversely, if you pop it too weakly, it will stop rotating halfway through. Ultimately, it takes practice. But if you're wondering how hard you have to pop the tail, think about it this way. When you are on the board, your body weight is distributed to both your feet.
You're gonna
and
need
push
to
down
lift
the
it
board.
higher. Yeah, I mean, that's like a straight no comply motion.
But when your front foot is off the board, only your back foot pushes down the tail. This unintentional tail pushing force allows you to provide enough rotational force to the board only by applying a small amount of force. If you're not used to this trick, start by turning frontside intentionally. Since
Yeah,
the
that's
center of
actually a good tip,
gravity
because then it
naturally
makes it easier for you to slip your foot off, as he says.
shifts to the heel side while turning, you can easily slide your front foot off the board by simply rotating around the vertical axis, so you don't need to move it to the heel side intentionally. Also, although the front foot stops moving on the ground, the inertia of the body and the board continue to move in the same direction. This naturally creates a no-comply 180 motion around the front foot. Once you get used to this feeling, you will eventually be able to do it while moving straight forward. While the board is spinning, the back foot does not have to be in touch with the board all the time to complete the spin. As evidenced by the fact that the board spins 180 degrees with a momentary pop when you practice while standing still. The back foot does not have to continuously push
I feel like you could have
forward
made this a little
to
bit
comply
shorter.
180.
I feel like he's kind of just saying the same thing
This
over and
is
over and
also
over and over right
evidenced
now.
by no-comply frontside shove-its. An instant pop is enough to rotate the board, and you don't have to keep pressurizing your back foot.
Boom.
Instead, your back foot follows the tail as a result
Can I
of
press the
turning
link shot?
frontside and opening your shoulders. And it also has an important role in guiding the board's behavior to prevent it from flipping. In a no-comply 180, the front foot tilts the board, and the bushings try to bring the board back to its original state. This force remains
That's the point of the
even
video,
after the board
overly
is
explaining?
airborne,
I mean, yeah, I
which
guess.
can cause the board to flip.
I feel like this is interesting though, because
And
most
the
people
back
don't
foot
really understand how
prevents
this works.
flipping motion by spinning with the board.
It's the same as a
Toward
hard
the end
flip?
of
I
this
don't know about
trick,
that.
The nose lowers and the board levels again. Landing is the hardest part, just like other tricks. If you're not used to it, hold down your board with your back foot and jump on it after you're ready. gradually shorten the time before jumping and you'll be able to jump on the board before it reaches the ground. You will be landing in a switch stance, so you will have to fight the fear. Before
Fight the
directly
fear.
trying to land this trick, it is also effective to practice landing motion alone by placing your board on the ground and jumping on it in the switch stance. There are a lot of variations.
Oh, what? Late boneless?
If, however, you are having trouble landing your no-comply 180s, compare your movements with others. To do so, up until now, you had to play 2 video players side by side. This was time-consuming.
Yeah, no comply
and you had
180
to
shifty,
control
like you
2
180
video
and then you
players
like revet.
individually.
I didn't mind that one.
Problem,
I didn't mind revetting both ways.
Dual player. With this system, you can upload a video you have taken or specify a YouTube URL to play 2 videos side by side. You can simultaneously frame by frame feed 2 videos by manipulating the control bar at the bottom. If you are interested, please check out the link in the description. I hope it will help you improve your performance.
But yeah, I like this guy's channel a lot. Shout out the homie Why the Trick. Very cool video. Should we give him a nice comment?